In this video, we are going to talk about Tau or Bittensor, some of its recent price action, as well as the important support and resistance areas, and where we can expect the price of Tau to go in the next few days and weeks. So we'll start by looking at the weekly chart, and what we can see here very clearly is that this area of support at about $290 that we have talked about in previous videos is still just barely held by Tau. In the last month or so, we've seen the price of Tau go below this crucial area of support. Tau has been ranging from about $290 all the way up to about 460, somewhere around that area, for the last few months, basically since about May or April of this year. But in the last few weeks, as I said, it was looking like we are about to lose this area of support. We've seen Tau continuously drop for a few weeks and go all the way down to about $260. But since then, in the last couple of weeks, we have seen it get a bit of a recovery, followed by the recovery of Bitcoin. Bitcoin went all the way down to 80k and then since then recovered to over 90k at the moment. And Tau followed that recovery very quickly. We've seen it go all the way back up to over 300, and since then it has been chopping around for the last couple of weeks, and right now it is at 290, which is basically the exact bottom of this range. This is a very crucial support area that Tau has to hold, and if it does break below it, then that would likely mean that Tau is going to head significantly lower, probably all the way down to the next support area, that is this area of about $210. In my opinion, the main concern for Tau is that it did actually close a weekly candle below this range. In the last week, we've seen Tau's price close a weekly candle below 290, which is a pretty concerning sign. Usually, when a weekly candle closes below the support area, that means that the support area is lost. But since then, in the last few days, we have seen Tau reclaim this support area, but just barely. So I think that if Bitcoin does continue rallying and heads towards 100k very soon, then Tau will likely get significantly back into the range. But if Bitcoin just continues consolidating as it has been doing in the last couple of weeks, really since it recovered back to over 90k, it has barely moved in the last couple of weeks. So if Bitcoin continues to do so, or perhaps even starts dumping, then Tau will likely lose this support area completely, in my opinion. And if we get a couple more weekly candles closing below 290, then that would basically be a sure sign that Tau has lost this area of support and it will head lower. But if Tau closes the weekly candle back above 290 and Bitcoin continues rallying to 100k and potentially higher than that, then there is a lot of potential for Tau to actually get a significant rally all the way up to the upper part of this range. So that would be to at least about 420, I would say, possibly even to over 450. This could be a rally of over 40%, potentially even over 50%. So Tau could definitely make a very significant move in the coming months, but we are still at a very crucial decision point, and I can't really say that this rally is very likely at the moment. I would first want to see Tau significantly reclaiming this range again and being comfortably above 290, which, as I said, would likely only happen if we see Bitcoin continuing to head higher. I do think that Bitcoin will eventually cross 100k again sometime pretty soon, but the timing of it is very important. If we see Bitcoin heading above 100k very soon, like in the next couple of weeks, then Tau will likely get that rally that I talked about back to the upper part of the range. But if Bitcoin continues consolidating, maybe even dumping a little bit, and only gets that rally in a few months, by that time it could be too late for Tau. If Tau, as I said, loses this support area and Bitcoin starts dumping a little bit, then even if Bitcoin doesn't dump a lot, Tau will likely head all the way down to this next support area that I talked about, to just over 200. And once that happens, even if Bitcoin does crosses 100k after that, it would be a much worse situation for Tau, and the rally for Tau could then only lead to getting back up to this area that is right now support, but it could become resistance in the future. So basically what I'm saying is that if Bitcoin doesn't start doing very well very soon, then Tau will likely go all the way down to this next area of support, and then it would be very hard for Tau to actually head much higher than where we are at right now. So Tau, of course, with it being a pretty small market cap coin, it is incredibly volatile and risky, and with us being at such an uncertain point, such a crucial decision point, I think that Tau is in a very risky situation. And in general, I am expecting most altcoins to underperform Bitcoin and especially Ethereum, at least in the next few weeks, at least until Bitcoin heads much higher, approaches new all-time highs, followed by Ethereum. Most altcoins will not do so well, at least compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I really don't think that Tau is any different. Its structure is still pretty decent. I have seen some altcoins doing way worse than Tau, but it is still pretty concerning how Tau has been performing in the last couple of months and how close it is to really breaking down below this crucial support area. I would definitely avoid Tau at the moment. Of course, this is not financial advice whatsoever, but at the moment, I definitely don't think that the risk that comes with holding Tau is justified right now. And in general, I would not be heavy into altcoins because, as I said, I think that most altcoins will likely not outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they are not worth the risk that comes with holding altcoins. Again, this is not financial advice, it's just my opinion. That's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it and you want more updates about Tau or Bittensor as well as other altcoins, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.